Tallahassee, Big Bend area football fans, welcome to fourquartersonline.com proudly presents McClay Football Live. Here from beautiful Frank Shaw Field here in Tallahassee, Florida, home of the McClay Marauders, where it's homecoming here for McClay High School. And Coach, Marauders coming in off of a big win against Wewa Hitchcock last week, and they're taking on the Marianna Bulldogs tonight. And the Bulldogs come in to town with a 3-4 record. McClay sitting at 2-3. And Coach, I look for a very evenly matched ball game tonight.
Yes, this should be a very interesting matchup, similar to last week's. Talked to the coaches here, and Marianna runs pretty much the same kind of offense that they faced last week. So we're going to see one team trying to grind it out and another team putting it up in the air. And we should have a very entertaining game.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we saw last week was just just kind of a will to win by the Marauders. And, you know, they turned it on when they had to. Their playmakers stepped up in a big way, just making sure that they secured the victory. And they faced a very tough running game last week. And, you know, defense was on the field for quite a bit. But the guys were able to pull it out towards the latter part of the game, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Saw a great game from quarterback Michael Grant, just able to kind of pick his spots and lead his team down the field. And that, you know, excellent field goal by Tucker Hicks ended up being the decisive points in the game.
Yeah, Mark, that was an exceptional game. Thought it was going to be a blowout at first. But we were continued to run the football. They didn't care what time was left on the clock. They did what they did. They was doing whatever they were ready to do at the first half. They did in the second half, and they didn't care how much time was left in the game.
So let's go ahead and take a look at the rosters here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the McClay Marauders. And this year's team really has done a lot just with, you know, their senior leadership, looking at their quarterback starting with Michael Grant, is having so far a pretty solid season, being able to kind of bounce back from some tough losses earlier in the year. Team definitely is relying on his arm. And don't want to overlook definitely the seniors here on the McClay roster, Jeb Bashirs, Jim Mura. Those guys had great games last week. I also want to definitely highlight Hayden Hilliard and Grayson Oberste. Grayson had a great game last week at wide receiver. Also, Tucker Hicks, we talked about the critical field goal he hit last week that ended up being the decisive points. And then really looking at the McClay defense, and everything just kind of everything just really kind of goes through even Hall Sapien. He makes his presence known at the linebacker position. And this team is very young, and they've got a lot of youth just kind of across the board, and these guys have really stepped up in a big way, especially on the offensive line, to protect the quarterback and create some holes for Shane Crossan and company running out of the backfield. And so homecoming festivities underway here at McClay as the Marauders take the field.
Mark, the Marauders won the kick and deferred to the second half. So the Marianna Bulldogs will be receiving the kick.
And here come the Marianna Bulldogs. And, Coach, I'm looking for an exciting ball game. Before we get started, let's go ahead and shout out some of the title sponsors, proud supporters of McClay football. Advanced Business Systems, Accenturia Insurance, Brown's Commercial Refrigeration, proudly serving the Tallahassee area since 1961. Remax, and our good friend Jeff Naylor and his associates. Ronald G. Willis Family Dentistry. And Vascular Surgery Associates and the Vein Institute, proud sponsors of McClay football here in 2021. And so, Coach, we're about ready to get underway here. Marauders coming out in their powder blue uniforms and Marianna in white. Back deep for the Bulldogs. Ready to receive. Kick is underway. And that's another touchback for Hicks. Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. So, Coach, Marianna had a really a great win against NFC earlier this year, beat them by 1 point. And McClay had a similarly close matchup against the Eagles. I look to see if these teams are evenly matched. Bulldogs coming out in the bunch formation. And that's number 12 under center. That's Devin Coutinho.
A lot of movement.
So we got some movement to start off the game. And that's going to be offsides against the Marauders, and that'll back the boys in blue up 5 yards. So Bulldogs facing a 1st and 5 from their own 25-yard line, and the first quarter is underway. Bulldogs coming out in the bunch formation. That's a direct snap. And that's a direct snap to number 34 for Marianna, Giovanni Womble.
Look like a repeat of last week, Mark.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they may have found, I don't know if they found something on film, but Marauders may definitely have their hands full again tonight with a strong running game from the Bulldogs. Bulldogs able to pick up the first down on a 6-yard run. Marianna will have 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. Once again, coming out same formation. And ball's on the ground. Quarterback wisely falls on it. And that was number 12, Devin Coutinho.
Mark, when you play this kind of football, you cannot afford turnovers. That would have been crucial. You gave up a possession because of a mistake. Bulldogs may actually lose half a yard on that one with the fumble recovery. Stay ahead of the chains, Mark. You don't want to get by. So that's a handoff from Coutinho to number 34, Giovanni Womble, who's going to plow ahead. He's going to pick up about 6 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 4. Excuse me, 3rd down and 4. The ball resting on the Bulldogs' 36-yard line. Coach Marianna not doing anything fancy, coming out in that same formation. And ball's on the ground again, picked up by Womble. He's going to be hit and dropped in the backfield. Looks like that's going to go for a 1-yard loss. Mark, it was a big snap. It was a big hole.
And Womble was smart enough to jump on it, and that's going to bring up a punting situation for the Bulldogs. Back deep for the Marauders is Shane Croston, number 24. End over end kick is going to trickle out of bounds at the Marauder what looks like to be the 27-yard line. And that's where McClay will go to work.
And quarterback for the Marauders, number 12, Michael Grant.
Coach, we talked about Grant earlier before the game kicked off. He's having a pretty solid season. Area's third leading passer, and really has done a pretty decent job. Hasn't turned the ball over too much. As McClay comes out in twin receivers either side.
They're doing the same things, switching the strength.
So Grant from the shotgun is going to hand it off. And running back is going to pick up about a yard. And I think that was Jeb Bashirs on the carry.
Mark, that was kind of funny. Usually a team that does certain things, when you put it back to them, they don't know how to react to it. By switching size and strength like that, that was kind of funny.
So man coming in motion, twin receivers to either side. Excuse me, twin receivers to the bottom of your screen. That's another handoff. And this time, running back is going to pick up maybe about 2 yards. And that was, I believe that was Bashirs again. 9 minutes left in the first quarter. So once again from the shotgun, and it looks like we've got a false start as Oberste just kind of jumped the gun. And so the false start will back up the Marauders 5 yards. Ball on the 28-yard line of McClay. And Coach, both teams trying to feel each other out early on in the first series of the ball game. Man coming in motion, twin receivers to the bottom of your screen. Grant drops back, has a man over the middle. Well, not over the middle, but out to the outside. And that's going to be complete. Caleb Hutchin on the reception.
That's going to be close. Oh, he made it.
And officials are going to give it to him, and that's going to move the chains. Marauders picking up a first down. Ball on the 38-yard line of McClay. Twin receivers either side, same formation. Man comes in motion. And that's going to be a handoff. Running back looking for some room, and he's going to be tackled from behind. Shane Croston on the carry. He's going to be good enough for about 4 yards, though. 3 yards, excuse me. Marauders going to be facing a 2nd and 7. 7 minutes, 45 seconds left in the first quarter. McClay facing a 2nd down and 7. So this offensive line switches it up again. Grant from the shotgun is going to make the pitch to his running back, trying to find the edge, and he's not going to get it as the Bulldog defense clamps down hard. And those 3 yards that they had gained on the previous running play are wiped away, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Marauders. Trips receiver to the bottom of your screen. Grant from the shotgun is going to roll out looking for a man downfield. Finds his target and just overthrown. Intended receiver was Bashirs. And pass was just too high. And that's going to bring up 4th down for McClay. And so as we near the midway point of the first quarter, Coach, we're seeing both teams trying to pick their poison here.
Yeah, they're trying to fill each other out. Each one of them do certain things differently. Marianna wants to run the football, and the Marauders usually do a combination. They mix things up, and they just wasn't successful in their last series.
So a high end-over-end kick doesn't have much distance on it, and it's going to bounce off of McClay defender. Not sure if the official saw that, but Marianna will certainly take the field position. And the Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10, and it looks like see where the official spots it, looks like they're going to take over 1st and 10 on their own 45-yard line. And that's going to be great field position for the Bulldogs as they take over for their second offensive series of the game. And so we're going to call timeout here, and we're going to take one as well. FourQuartersOnline.com is a proud live streaming partner of McClay High School football here in 2021, and we're glad to be here all season long. And we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have more first half action here at Frank Shaw Field.
Two years ago, in this very site, we launched the I Think initiative. Two years later, we stand here in the new Beck Family Innovation Center coming out of the ground, going into the chemistry lab with the Beck Family Research Center behind us. This movement, this attitude of the I Think initiative has been amazing for our students because we're trying to honor our mission to make sure that we're helping our students reach their fullest extent by honoring the interests that each one of them have.
There is no set curriculum, so the teachers can teach how they want to teach kids, and I think that's really helpful.
I mean, I've heard from other schools, from other students, it's very different.
And so Bulldogs with 1st down. That's going to be number 12 on the carry, picking up some big yards there. And that's Devin Catino on the carry. And he's going to pick up about 7 yards on the carry. And that's going to put the Bulldogs across midfield into Marauder territory. And so Catino once again, and that's going to be a direct snap to number 34. He's going to burst forward, still on his feet, and that's going to be about a 13-yard run. And that's Giovanni Womble. So Womble is going to pick up some big yards for the Bulldogs, and that's going to put them deeper into Marauder territory, ball resting on the McClay 37-yard line. Catino and Womble in the backfield for the Bulldogs. And there's Womble once again. He bowls over a defender, still on his feet, finally dragged down. And Womble's going to pick up about another 12 yards on the carry. And we've got a flag on the play.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay 1st down.
And the call will be holding against Marianna. And that will back up the Bulldogs and wipe away what was really a pretty good run.
I think the Marauders are tired of looking at this offense, snapping the ball, just running. They saw this all last week, and it's a similar offense to what they saw last week.
So, pretty decent run is going to be wiped away, and the Bulldogs are going to still have 1st down here. And that's a direct snap, and that's going to go to number 12. And So Devin Coutinho picking up those yards again, and that's going to be a great carry and good enough for a Bulldog first down. And Coach, had he kept his footing, he could have still been running.
Yeah, Mark. Not as big as the other run, number 34, but he's a scat back.
Coutinho definitely picked his spot very well and hit the hole and took off. And so this carry is going to go to number 8. Still on his feet, breaks the corner. Still on his feet and finally nudged out of bounds at the 1 yard line. And that's Jaden McCall on the carry.
I guess we could guess what they're going to do on this play coming up, Mark.
So Bulldogs are going to be in business, first and goal from the 1. Knocking on the door here early. And a big 24-yard run by Jaden McCall. Coach, you talked about being sick of a certain kind of defense, offense that the McClay defense has seen now for the second week in a row. And there's another carry, and I believe that's number 5. He's going to barrel into the end zone, and that's Tremaine Bell. And no official word yet.
He didn't get in, Mark.
So it looked like the running back just lost his footing before he was able to get over into the end zone. And that's going to bring up second and goal for Marianna. So Marianna will try again, second and goal. Ball's on the ground. And I believe that was, and McClay says they have it, and they do. And man, what an unfortunate turn in events for Marianna as they fumble going into the end zone. And I believe that was Coutinho who lost traction, and ball came out. Marauder defense jumped on it, and that's going to be first down.
Marauders got to be careful here and back us to the end zone. You can't have any mistakes.
And we'll see what Raymer calls up here. Trip receivers to the bottom of your screen. 3:15 left in the first quarter. Grant's going to drop back, looking for a man. He's got one. Pass is complete. Still on his feet, and finally brought down is going to be, I believe that's Bashir, is on the reception. And that's going to give the Marauders some much-needed breathing room as they move the chains and get out to the 12-yard line. McClay in business. Grant once again dropping back, looking back, got a man, and just off the fingertips of Caleb Hutchin. And Grant saw Hutchin streaking down the sideline and couldn't quite connect with him. So we've got a penalty on the play, and that will back up the Marauders back to their 4-yard line. So officials still trying to mark the ball. So the penalty is assessed, and that will put the ball on the 11-yard line of the Marauders. So it looks like those offset. That's going to bring up second down for McClay. Trip receivers to the bottom of your screen. Grant once again in the shotgun. Grant drops back, rolling out, looking for anyone downfield. Can't find anybody and is going to run out of bounds. Not before picking up about 2 or 3 yards on the carry. So 3rd and 9 for the Marauders.
Got to be careful on this down. You don't want to do anything, make a mistake. Your defense held, so you just want to at least try to get a first down. If you don't turn the ball over.
Trip receivers, Grant from the shotgun is going to be rolling out, looking for, I believe that's Hutchin. He's going to be hit and dropped. Marianna defense holding up strong once again. So as the clock gets inside of 2 minutes and 20 seconds, McClay, deep in their own territory, will be facing a 4th down and have to punt. So back deep for the Bulldogs is number 2. And that's going to be a high end-over-end kick. And a beautiful punt. And Bulldogs will take over on their own 48-yard line. Coach, how about that punt? Really being able to flip the field on that one.
They still got to do a better job on first down, stopping the Bulldogs on their runs. They're doing a very good job. They just hadn't completed it, and they're not going to change anything. And if they continue to do that, it can wear the Marauder defense down.
So Marianna, 1st and 10 on their own 48. And there's a direct snap to number 8. That's McCall. And he hits the edge and still on his feet. Finally tripped up and stepping out of bounds. Jaden McCall with a big carry. A 22-yard gain. And Coach didn't see much of McCall in the first series, and I think they found their go-to guy.
Yeah, look like it. He got to realize that the green part is where you want to stay in. He just ran out of bounds without anybody touching him.
And so Marianna, 1st and 10. Little misdirection, that's a handoff. And that's number 11 this time, Taquan Catino. And I'm pretty sure he and Devin are related somehow. And Catino picks up about 9 yards. Ball resting comfortably on the McClay 20-yard line, and we're starting to see a lot of hands on hips, Coach.
Man, when you run as much as this team do, the defense is spending a lot of time on the field, and they running the ball. They ain't passing.
So that's going to be a direct snap, this time to number 4. And that's Isaiah Spencer, who was tripped up and still churned his way, getting the first down and more, driving deeper into McClay territory. And Coach, this Marianna running game has no shortage of running backs, it seems.
Yeah, they're just rotating them in and out.
And so Spencer is going to pick up 10 yards and get that ball down to the Marauder 11-yard line. And there's another handoff, this time to number 8. That's McCall. And this time, McCall barrels into the end zone, and that's going to be good for 6. Bulldogs strike first with 7 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Mark, I think I could have ran through that hole. That was so big.
And so Marianna getting on the board first, extra point pending, and just all ground attack here. Kick is up. And it is good. And so with just a couple of ticks remaining here in the first quarter, Bulldogs on the board first. Marianna 7, McClay nothing. And so, Coach, we've got a couple of seconds until the second quarter, but Marianna not doing anything fancy, just lining up and running between the tackles, and it's paid off dividends as Bulldogs strike first.
Mark,
5 different running backs so far have touched the ball for Marianna.
Mark, all the Marauders have to do is score.
And so that's Bashir's picking up the squib kick, trying to find a lane, and he'll be brought down at the 37-yard line, and that's where the Marauders will take over. 1st and 10 in the second quarter. And so, Coach, I would like to think that, you know, really from the Marauders, they need to be able to find some points here. Definitely want to get your defense off the field, give them a chance to take a much-needed break.
Yeah, you want to give them a break. I mean, I know they're tired. It's kind of funny. You can play offense all day long and don't get tired. When you play defense, it seems like you get tired.
So for those who are tuned in, you are being serenaded by the Marching Chiefs, who have paid a visit here to the campus of McClay, participating in the homecoming festivities of the Marauders. So Marauders taking over with 3 receivers to the top of your screen. That's Croston coming in motion. Grant from the shotgun receives the snap, drops back, and just a little bit of miscommunication between him and Caleb Hutchin, not on the same page.
They was trying to do a back shoulder fade. I don't think the Hutchins read what Grant was doing. He didn't. I think they were a little bit off with each other. They'll get it straight. And I think they can attack this area during the game. I don't think this will be a problem. But the defense is really giving the Marauders the run. They're playing with three down linemen and 4 linebackers. So they're paying for the pass.
Grant avoids the blitz. Pass is complete to Bashir. Bashir shakes the defender, still on his feet, and is going to grind his way, picking up the first down. And what a move by Bashir's. I don't think he expected to be that open, but he found himself all alone, made a man miss, and picked up the first down.
Mark, you talk about a defense that's really set up to stop the pass. And, well, I guess what they're trying to do is force the Marauders to run the football because their threat is in the air.
And so Grant, once again from the shotgun, is going to hand it off on the jet sweep. Running back looking for some room and can't hit the edge, and a host of Bulldogs are going to bring him down, led by McCall, number 8. And so Jed Bashirs could not find that seam, and Marianna read it perfectly. And that's going to back up the Marauders by a couple of yards on the loss. And so Twin receivers either side. Grant once again in the shotgun. Grant dropping back, looking for a man downfield. Has it complete. And that's number 8, Oberste, on the reception. That's going to be good enough for a first down on a 12-yard pickup.
Mark, that was a good concept, pass concept. The wide out pushed the DB up and left a lane there, and he felt the receiver came in out of the slot, came and fielded. It was wide open. Great concept.
Marauders offensive line giving Grant all kinds of time there. Grant once again rolling out, looking for anyone downfield, and finally gets rid of it. Had a little bit too much heat on it as the intended receiver could not hang on, and that was Oberste he was looking for. That's going to bring up second
Grant
down.
Grant wanted to go deep that time and just didn't have enough time. He tried to dump it off, and the receiver wasn't prepared to catch the ball. He was kind of behind him.
And so that's going to bring up second down and 10 for the Marauders. Ball on the Marianna 39-yard line. Grant with 3 receivers going to hand it off. And a running back crossed him, hit instantaneously. And he's going to be driven back by a yard, and that's going to bring up third and long for the Marauders. 10 minutes left in the half, and Coach McClay really looking for a score in this drive.
Yeah, they need to do something because when Marianna gets the ball, they hold it for a long time, and you don't want to get down by 2 touchdowns against this kind of offense.
So stacked twin receivers here. Grant once again from the shotgun. Man coming in motion. And Grant has Oberste, and he's going to be hit. And pass is going to be incomplete. And that was number 5 for Marianna, who came in with a big hit. Tremaine Bell was not having it, as Oberste could not haul it in. And so interesting situation here. Well, McClay across midfield in Marianna territory, but facing a 4th down here and not wanting to give the Bulldogs a short field. And Coach McClay does this thing where they line up as if they're going to run a play, but they punt it anyway. And keeping the Bulldogs honest, punt sails into the end zone, and Bulldogs are going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 20. And Coach Marauders did not want this situation. They were definitely looking for to come away with points on that last drive, and now they're having to put their defense back on the field.
They need to get the Mariana's offense off the field, and they'll need another long drive. They need to stop them, maybe get a 3 and out if possible, but they need to bow their necks this time and stop them.
And so as the Bulldogs come out in that same bunch formation, running back McCall trying to squeeze some yards out of the carry, and he's going to pick up about maybe 3. And so facing a second down and about 6. Marianna comes and lines up for the second down. 2 running backs in the backfield, same formation, this time in a direct snap up the middle. And that's number 12, worming his way through. And that was Devin Catino. And Coutinho making several Marauders miss on a 12-yard pickup. And that's going to move the chains for a Bulldog first down and put them squarely out on their own 35-yard line. So Bulldogs line up again, and that's going to be number 4 on the carry.
Mark, on this kind of offense, they don't want no more than 3 yards. They'll keep this clock moving and they'll stay ahead of the chain. It is brutal on a defense if you can continue to get 3 yards every play.
And that was Spencer, Isaiah Spencer, on the carry for Marianna. And that's McCall trying to find the edge, and he's going to be hit and dropped by Jim Mura and a host of other Marauders.
That was a good block on the edge.
And so a critical 3rd and 1 coming up here for Marianna. Ball on the 44-yard line of the Bulldogs. And there's another direct snap. That's McCall. And the ball looks like it was juggled just a little bit, and McCall was able to hang on and pick up the first down, being spun around, but enough to move the chains. And we've got a timeout on the field. And we're going to take one here. This is fourquartersonline.com, the proud live streaming partner of McClay football here in 2021. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back right after this.
Two years ago, in this very site, we launched the I Think initiative. Two years later, we stand here in the new Beck Family Innovation Center coming out of the ground, going into the chemistry lab with the Beck Family Research Center behind us. This movement, this attitude of the I Think initiative has been amazing for our students because we're trying to honor our mission to make sure that we're helping our students reach their fullest extent by honoring the interests that each one of them have.
There is no set curriculum, so the teachers can teach how they want to teach kids, and I think that's really helpful.
I mean, I've heard from
Marauders trying to desperately slow this Bulldog running game down and just not having very much success. 6 minutes left in the half, and Marianna crosses midfield. And Coach, this is one of those where if you're Marianna, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And so Marianna finally drops back for a pass.
Mark, they didn't hear you, man. They tried to break. They passed the ball. But that was a good down to throw the ball. Second down and 5 yards. That's pretty good calculation.
Yeah, especially you're across midfield, and he had him open, just couldn't hit him. And so
might be the reason they're running the ball, Mark.
And so Bulldogs now with the ball on the McClay 48. looking for a first down, and McCall is going to be close. Not sure where the officials are going to mark it, but he's going to be awfully close to a first down. And Marianna is going to be short. And we'll see what the Bulldogs line up here to do. And I am sure that Marianna's going to go for this one. Already in McClay territory.
Got to be careful on a play like this. Everybody's on the line of scrimmage.
And looks like the Marauders are going to get it. Looks like the Bulldogs are going to get it with a decisive run by Tremaine Bell. And that's going to be good enough for Marianna first down, moving the chains and pushing the Bulldogs deeper into Marauder territory. Again, Coach, a lot of hands on hips here. And really, the Marauders have only had 2 offensive series. And this is another handoff to number 18. He breaks free. And this is going to go for 6. Touchdown, Marianna. That was number 18.
That was a counter play.
Tucker Brock. And he is the 6th
Nice design.
He is the 6th running back.
And that's what
carry
happens
the ball
when you
for
play
the
a team
Bulldogs.
like this. That run. Eventually, the defense going to make a mistake, and it's a long run for a touchdown.
So extra point pending. Bulldogs out in front, 13-0. Kick is up, on its way, and it's good. And Coach, without doing anything fancy, just ground and pound, the Bulldogs have jumped out to a 2-touchdown lead, leading 14-0 with 4 minutes and 20 seconds here. And, we talked about, really just how a good running game is just so dangerous. It eats up so much of the clock, and Marianna is given really just a textbook lesson on this tonight.
And, Mark, you can tell the way they call the plays. They're very confident that they can run the football anytime they want to. They threw a pass on 2nd and 5 and knew that the next play they could go for it on first 5 yards. They had a lot of confidence in their running game. The Marauders need to score when they get the ball this time because they won't get it back this half if they don't. They can't do a 3 and out.
And so back deep for the Marauders, Bashirs and Croston. And that's going to be a squib kick. It's going to be picked up by Bashirs. Looking for some running room, and he's going to be hit and dropped, but not before he crosses the 35-yard line, and that's going to be where McClay will go to work. And so, Coach,
a fumble.
Oh, and it looks like that was a fumble. And Coach, officials trying to sort it out here. And it looks like that's going to be first down for the Bulldogs. Not really sure what happened. It looks like between the melee of him being tackled, somewhere along the line the ball came loose. Coach, I'm not sure if you saw that one. I didn't see it.
No, I didn't see that, Mark. All I know is they got up and the Bulldogs were cheering. Somebody had recovered a fumble.
And Coach, that's just absolutely devastating for the Marauders here. So we got timeout called on the field. Marauders are going to call a timeout to kind of get reset here. That was kind of surprising.
Mark, when exchange the ball turnover like that, is the other team, the team that turned it over, kind of being a little bit of shock and they might make a mistake, and I think it's a smart timeout by Coach Raymer.
And it looked decisively like Bashir's was down. And obviously him trying to fight for extra yards, ball must have came loose. Officials have ruled it Marianna football, and that's just absolutely devastating against the Marauders. Defense comes back on the field, and with the way that Marianna's been running the football, they're going to try and take advantage of this and come up with another scoring opportunity. And Coach, the way Marianna is set up, we don't know who's going to get the ball. And this is going to be a toss. And that looks like number 4, Spencer. He's going to hit the edge, still on his feet, and finally bumped out of bounds.
Mark, this is somebody else. What a break for the Marauders, a holding call.
And that was Isaiah Spencer.
Man, they keep pulling him out of the hat. A different guy every time.
Coach, I've been keeping count. There have been 7 different Bulldogs to touch and carry the ball tonight, and it's just running back by committee.
And what a committee, Mark. They are running the football. That guy, that's one of those old-fashioned 6-foot-plus running backs, and nobody seemed like they was interested in bringing him down.
And so back in the Bulldogs, 5 yards. And that's going to be another direct snap. This time this is Catino. That's number 5, Tremaine Bell. And he's going to squeeze forward and pick up about 9 yards. And McClay defense is looking for anything they can throw at this Marianna ground game. And so with 2nd and about 8, that's another handoff. An end-around run, that's number 11. Finally hit and run out of bounds, dragged out of bounds by Caleb Hutchin, who saved a touchdown, but that was Taquan Catino. And Catino brothers having a night.
They found something over here. They keep running the counter. They were trying to go just inside earlier. Now they're getting on that edge, and really it's just one man stopping them from scoring a touchdown.
And Coach, when you run the counter and you run it well, it's just such a deadly offensive scheme. I play DB, and this is not something that I enjoyed, trying to go up against a team that ran the counter very well. It just fools you, gets you a chance to take one misstep, and then running backs going the other way. So that's number 12 on the carry.
Well, Mark, the problem.
And Jim Mira wasn't having that with a big hit.
The problem with that, Mark, is usually you get a lineman on a DB, and that ain't a good matchup.
So Devin Catino. And that's going to bring up 2nd and goal. Faircloth and Catino checking back into the game for Marianna. And
good defense.
Marauder defense trying to stiffen up here and prevent Marianna from getting another score. 2 minutes. 2 minutes left in the first half, and Marianna trying to knock on the door here, facing 3rd and goal. And I think that was Jaden McCall on the carry. McClay defense trying to come up with a big stop here. Catino, and that's number 8. Jaden McCall is going to fall forward, and he's going to pick up about 1.5 yards, and that's going to bring up 4th down and goal for the Bulldogs. Marauders here trying to come up with a big stop as the clock runs down to about 1 minute. And we're going to have a timeout be called. And it looks like the Marauder defense is going to want to talk it over with Coach Lance Raymer. We're going to take a timeout too. This is fourquartersonline.com. Proud live streaming partner of McClay football. We'll be right back right after this.
My name is Avery Smith. I came to McClay in 2016, came in as a freshman, and I moved from a different school. I ran cross country my freshman and sophomore year, and then I ran track all 3 years and plan to run this year as well. And then I played soccer all 4 years. And then the clubs I've been a part of Student Council, Anchor Club, Red Cross Club, and then Dance Marathon is my big organization that I'm a part of.
Miracle Network Dance Marathon is a movement benefiting Children's Miracle Network Hospitals, an organization that raises funds and awareness for over 170 pediatric hospitals across the.
And Coach, this is going to be a critical play here. 4th and goal for Marianna on the 1. McClay defense looking for any kind of stop here. Catino in the backfield for the Bulldogs. And that's going to be number 5. He's going to barrel over forward into the end zone. Tremaine Bell is in for 6.
Mark, looked like somebody could have filled that hole. I thought he was going to stop him in the backfield, but he's so small, he squirmed his way through.
And Coach, that was just an unfortunate turn of events for the Marauders as they are now down 3 scores with the extra point pending. And kick is up and good. And with 59 seconds left in the first half, McClay Marauders looking for answers offensively as they trail 21-0. And Coach, this is just not where Coach Raymer wanted his team to be. Really facing a really strong running game, but cannot find the antidote.
Had an opportunity to get the ball with 4 minutes to go in the half and turned it over, and something that really would be devastating to your team when a team is using up. They used up the whole 4 minutes almost and scored a touchdown, which is hard to deal with, and that puts the Marauders in a big hole coming back out of it for the second half. They're going to have to score. They don't want to do any turnovers here.
And so back deep for the Marauders is going to be Hutchin and Croston. That's another squib kick. And that's going to be picked up by Oberstein. He's going to be hit and dropped at the Marauder 31-yard line. And Coach Marianna really showcasing some dominance here in the first half. So Marauders looking to make something happen with the 54 seconds left. Needing to go about 65 yards to get on the scoreboard. Grant drops back, looking for anyone across the middle, and that's Croston. who's going to pick up a big gain of about 15 yards crossing midfield. And that's going to be good enough for a first down. So McClay now, in one play, has jumped into Marianna territory. Grant once again dropping back, looking for a man on the edge, and that pass is going to be complete. And that's Jeb Bashir's on the reception. So you see the Marauders here moving with some urgency, trying to cut into that Marianna lead, trailing 21-0 with 36 ticks left until the half. And that's Oversea coming into motion. Grant once again from the shotgun. Grant rolling out, and he's going to hit Oversea right on the sideline, and Oversea is just going to tiptoe, staying in bounds and picking up some crucial yards, bringing up a third down and about 3. Coach very smart or Oversea getting out of bounds. Here to save some time, just under 30 seconds until the half. Marauders on the move on the Marianna 40-yard line. Grant with 3 receivers to the bottom, flushed out of the pocket, being chased, finally has to throw it away. And that was number 10 for the Bulldogs, giving him some heat. Jordan Jones chasing Grant out of the pocket, and Grant just had to throw it away. So Grant once again working from the shotgun, quick pass, going to pick up the first down. Bashirs is going to get out of bounds, and that's going to save some clock. 16 seconds, and Coach McClay is going to have to take a shot here.
Hey, maybe they just want to get in position for a field goal just to get a score. We got a great kicker.
Yeah, Hicks definitely has excellent leg, but this is one where Coach Raymer is looking for 7, and that's going to be Hutchin on the reception, and wisely getting out of bounds with 10 seconds left. Ball on the 21-yard line. And so Hutchin picking up 13 yards. And we've got 10 seconds left, and McClay, with 3 receivers down to the bottom, is looking for anything they can put in the end zone. Grant rolling out, looking for a man downfield, and that pass is going to be picked off. And the Bulldog defense read that one all the way.
Mark, that pass was a little late on the comeback. You got to throw that on the break. When he put his foot in the ground, that ball got to be gone. And he threw that too late.
And so Marianna coming up with a big interception to end the half, and really playing spoilers here on homecoming. Not the way Coach Raymer wanted to start this game, and Marauders looking for answers here as they're now in the deficit, trailing 21-0 at the half.
Who is that, Mark, that's laying on the ground? Injured player.
Not sure who the injured player is. But, Coach, what we've seen here in the first half has been really just probably the most vanilla scheme, but very potent, very deadly, as I think 9 different Bulldogs have carried the ball here in the first half. And it's paid off huge dividends for Marianna as they now lead 21-0. And McClay just really looking for answers here. Able to kind of move the ball here with their passing attack, but just not able to have enough drives sustained where they can get into the end zone, and their defense is just gassed.
Yes, this first half is really marred by some big mistakes by the Marauders. They had a first quarter where they stopped them on the goal line and fumble, and you thought that they would be coming out and take advantage of it, but they are really having a problem stopping the Bulldogs offense. It is very tough. They are running the ball at will whenever they want to. They're getting what they want.
And, Coach, this is just one of those where Coach Raymer is going to have to figure out a way to get his team back in the game, figure out a way to make some crucial stops and get Marianna off the field. And so it's homecoming here at Frank Shaw Field. But before we get to the festivities, we definitely want to recognize some proud supporters of McClay football. Advanced Business Systems, proud supporters of McClay football. Accentria Insurance, Brown's Refrigeration, serving the Tallahassee area since 1961. Our good friend Jeff Naylor and Remax Professionals. Ronald G. Willis Family Dentistry, making Tallahassee smile. And Vascular Surgery Associates and the Vein Institute, proud supporters of McClay football. And so it's halftime here at Frank Shaw Field. Now, Four Quarters Online is proud to be the live streaming sponsor here in 2021, hosting all the McClay home games here. And we got a couple of road games thrown in later on in the season.
Yeah, Mark, it's going to be fun.
Absolutely. So it's halftime here at Frank Shaw Field. We want everybody to stay tuned. We're going to keep the camera feed going so everybody can kind of watch the homecoming festivities. And we'll be back for more second half action in a few moments.
Hannah Jose. I've been at McClay since the 9th grade. Instantly, when I came into McClay, I was connected with teachers, mentors, peers that helped me have like one of the smoothest transitions. I found a notebook on my teacher's desk at Holy Comforter, and it said Student Astronaut Challenge. And instantly I was like, what is that? And she explained it to me, and she said, hey, if you want to create a team, we need 5 people by tomorrow. And so I asked a bunch of my friends from different grade levels, and we had a team by the next day. And when I came to McClay and found that there wasn't a Student Astronaut Challenge, I knew that I had to get this program started. So when I competed in middle school, I just remember loving it and wanting to learn more and wanting to know more. And so getting to help the middle schoolers really inspires me to continue what I'm doing. I just see them light up, and it's been an incredible experience because we're working together and they look up to me, but I am also looking for them for inspiration. So throughout my years, I have a particular love for biology, and in sophomore year I took my biology class, but unfortunately that's the only biology class. I wanted to be more specific. I wanted to guide my learning into one directed path, and so this year I've been able to create a class called Biomedical Science, and so I have been able to research different diseases from Alzheimer's to Parkinson's to MS. I'm a very active student. I play a lot of sports after school, and so that requires a lot of time management, but fortunately the teachers and all my coaches work with me and understand that all the students here are so active and so involved in many different things. McClay is a really challenging school, but that has ultimately led me and challenged me to become the best student I can be. And it also has challenged me to be involved in so many activities, so I have been able to find my interests and my passions through all the opportunities McClay has provided. I'm Hannah, and I'm determined.
I'm Hunt Dyson. I started at McClay in kindergarten. I came from Faith Preschool. It's been really fun. I've enjoyed it a lot, especially going into high school. Like, I had that group of friends that I've known my entire life, and then I also got to meet a bunch of new people from coming outside. I started out just as a writer sophomore year. I had heard that my friends Emily Dudley, Ellie Castillo, and Rachel Stockel wanted to make the paper. So I contacted Mr. Normant, who redirected me to Mrs. Mayer, and they said I could come on as a writer. So I wrote, I think, a couple of articles for the newspapers. It just got to start up. And then Will became student council president, so they needed a sports editor. So junior year, last year, I stepped in as sports editor, which was really rewarding. I want to say APUSH was probably my favorite class. I didn't think it would be. I've never been a big history guy, but that was a really, really fun class just because it went a little bit more in depth than I thought it would have gone, and it was just kind of cool to like see the broad concepts that I learned as a little kid and then go a little bit more in depth as to why those things happen. I really enjoyed, honestly, all of them. They're all really passionate. I would say Mr. Norman's up there just because of how passionate he is about it. Dr. Bevan too. I had Dr. Bevan for the first time this year, but just, you know, how passionate he is about teaching it. You know, if he reads a good line or something in Hamlet, he'll kind of slam his book on the table and just be like, wow, like that was an amazing line, like isn't that awesome? So it's really nice being able to learn from teachers who are super passionate.
And Coach, we're back for the second half, and Marauders are going to be able to take over 1st and 10 on their own 30-yard line. And Coach, just looking at what we saw in the first half, McClay just really needs to come out and be able to get some points here on this drive. The way Marianna was running the football, it just ate up lots of clock. And
they need to score on this opening drive. This is very important that they do.
3 receivers to the top of your screen. And that's Grant going to be flushed out of the pocket. He's going to get rid of it. And pass is going to be incomplete.
They're only rushing 3 people. Should be able to block that up.
And so really this a lot of the guys that you see on the offensive line are pulling double duty. and doubling on the defensive front as well. And so we're going to see some interesting things here coming down the stretch. Grant drops back. Pass is complete to Hutchins. He's going to be hit and dropped by number 5 for Marianna.
This might be the biggest down of the game for the
Tremaine
Marauders.
Bell.
They need to get a first down and keep those chains moving and get a score.
So Marauders, just like that, are facing a 3rd and long. A 3rd and about 8. Ball on their own 33-yard line. 3 receivers to the top of your screen. And Grant from the shotgun once again. Grant drops back, looking for a man downfield, has a man wide open, and that pass is going to be complete.
Middle of the field, wide open. Great concept on the pass.
And that pass is complete to number 18, Grady Brown. And we haven't seen very much of him. But Grant was able to find some room over the middle. And Brown was able to haul that pass in. And McClay, with a big pickup, has crossed over into Marianna territory. Grant once again from the shotgun, dropping back. And that pass is complete to Oberste, still on his feet, and takes a big hit. But not before he picks up about 5 yards. About 5 or 6 yards. Forward progress is going to put him at the Bulldog 38-yard line. And Coach, the passing game is definitely there for McClay, just trying to execute coming down the field. See if they can come up away with some points on the board. Grant once again from the shotgun, rolling out to his right. Finds another receiver downfield. And this time, it's going to be good enough for a first down. And that was Oberste once again. And Coach Oberste is having a heck of a game tonight.
Yeah, this is nice running the routes, intermediate routes. Moving those chains is what's important.
So 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Grant out of the shotgun, dropping back. He's going to pass it off to his release, that grab. That's going to be Croston, I believe. And he's going to pick up about 5 yards before he's pushed out of bounds. That's going to be good enough for about a 5-yard gain, 4-yard gain. And that's going to bring up second down for McClay. Ball on the Marianna 24-yard line. And McClay trying to get closer into the red zone. Grant takes the snap, drops back, looking for man deep, and once again, not on the same page with him and Caleb Hutchin. Just kind of released that one a little too fast. And Hutchin really he's being double covered. He's got one defender underneath and one over the top of him, and they're really spying on him and not wanting to let him get loose. So Marauders from the Bulldog 24-yard line, facing 3rd and about 7. Grant rolling out, looking for Hutchin again, and this time too high. And you got to wonder, even though Hutchin definitely has some height to him.
He's not that tall.
No, he's taller than me. And Tucker Hicks is going to come on to try and put some points on the board for the Marauders. This is going to be a 34-yarder. And Hicks has the big leg. Snap is down, kick is up and on its way, and it's going to sail to the left. Kick is no good. And Marianna comes away with a big defensive stop. And the frustration offensively continues for the Marauders. Coach Oberste has been the one with the hot hands offensively.
He's been
McClay.
busy man, and now he even was in the homecoming court.
He escorted his homecoming representative and still was able to, oh, it's a big run by McCall. Shakes off a defender and finally dragged down by number 64. And that was Evan Brown jumping on McCall's back and not wanting to give up the big game, but McCall still was able to pick up 13 yards, and it's more of the usual for Marianna going back to the ground attack. And so this time it's McCall again.
Counter again.
Coming off the tackle and picking up another 7 yards. This time that's going to be good enough to get the Bulldogs out to the 40-yard line. And that'll bring up 2nd and 3. And Marianna back to what works best for them as we get down to 8 minutes left in the third. And this time the Marauder defense comes up big. And a host of Marauders are going to be able to drive the Bulldogs back, and that was kind of something that was missing here from the Marauder defense in the first half. Wasn't able to get in the backfield and kind of stymie Marianna ground game. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 for the Bulldogs. Ball on their own 36-yard line. So McCall and Catino, and that's McCall. And he's eking around, and he's got a big hole running opposite field, still on his feet, trying to turn the corner, and finally brought down at about the 10-yard line, and that's a huge gain.
Mark, I don't know the statistics of the running yardage tonight, but it's got to be a lot. Marianna has been running up and down this field. A fortunate fumble in the first quarter kind of turned it back, but they've been up and down the field since.
And, Coach, it was the same play, just ran in the opposite direction. I think they just caught McClay just off guard. And
what you said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Great blocking up front, and McCall was able to turn that one into a huge gain. It was a big 61-yard run, and this time it's going to be Catino in for the touchdown for the Bulldogs. And that was Taquan Catino. So the Catino brothers and McCall responsible for this scoring drive here, and Marianna has broken this game open significantly, up 27-0. The extra point pending. Kick is up, on its way, and it is good. And so Marianna wastes no time coming back out and striking quickly with 6 minutes left, 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Bulldogs up 28-0.
I think they found something, and they keep doing it over and over.
So you don't want your homecoming spoiled, but Coach Raymer really looking for answers here, trying to get his defense. And Coach, they had a great stop earlier and just got caught off guard with the opposite misdirection. And, Coach, this counterattack by Marianna is just really having their way with the Marauder defense.
Well, Mark, you got homecoming this week. Some players' minds might not be as attentive as they would normally be, and this is not a good week to play a team like this. Marianna is pretty tough. They only won 3 games, but they came to play today.
And that was Caleb Hutchin picking up the squib kick. And Coach McClay really hasn't had bad field position all night long. Just drive stalling out just inside the red zone. And it's just kind of been the tail of the tape tonight. Grant really has been looking for Hutchin, the big target, but he's been double teamed.
Mark, a lot of problem is the inability to run. So the defense knows that you're going to throw the football, and now you're behind by this 28 points. It makes it very difficult to run your offense.
So Grant goes to work. Oversee with another reception.
Solid tackle by the Bulldogs.
And that's going to be good for about 6-yard pickup. And so 2nd down at midfield. Grant with 3 receivers to the top of his screen. From the shotgun, dropping back. And that's going to be Oversee again. Forward progress is going to get him very close to the 1st down. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 2 for the Marauders. Grant once again from the shotgun. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen, and we got some movement here. Looks like it's going to be a false start against the Marauders.
They called offside. I thought they earlier had the defensive end was offside earlier, and they didn't call it. I think he picked it up.
And Coach, these are and this is going to be a critical moment here as the offsides is going to give McClay a 1st down. But Marauder's still in a hole here and definitely looking for any kind of opportunity that they can take advantage of to get some points on the board. So
had been many games where I saw the Marauders hadn't been able to score.
So timeout is the call on the field, and we're going to take a moment to thank some of the proud sponsors of McClay football here in 2021. Advanced Business Systems, proud supporters of McClay football here in 2021. Accentria Insurance. Brown's Commercial Refrigeration. Remax and our good friend Jeff Naylor and his associates. Making Tallahassee smile is Ronald G. Willis Family Dentistry. And Vascular Surgery Associates and the Vein Institute. And so Marauders once again in Bulldog territory. Ball on the 44-yard line. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. And there's going to be a handoff. And Bashir pushed around and finally driven back. And that's going to go for no gain. And Coach, you talked about that, not being able to run the football. And it definitely has implications here late in the 3rd quarter.
Mark, it's just difficult just to pass. You got to make the defense stay honest.
So with 4.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, Marauders still scoreless, trailing 28-0. Grant has Oversee again, and that pass is going to be complete. And that's going to be a 15-yard pickup and good enough for a 1st down. Excuse me, that was about 13 yards on the pickup. Grant from the shotgun with 3 receivers from the top of your screen. Gonna fake the handoff, and this time Grant's gonna keep it, looking for yards, and he's gonna get about 6 on the carry. Sliding down safely. And Coach, this is really make or break territory here for McClay, as most of their drives have stalled out here between the 30 and the 25-yard line tonight.
Yeah, you really need to score, and I think it's inevitable that if you don't get a score this time, this game is pretty much over. When they get the ball, Marianna gets the ball, they keep it for 3 and 4 minutes.
And so that was Caleb Hutchins
eventually run out on you.
Finally getting a reception here, and that's going to be good enough for a Marauder first down. Ball resting on the Marianna 19-yard line. 3 receivers once again to the top of your screen. Grant rolling out, looking for anyone downfield. Has a man. Pass is complete. Grayson Oberste having a monster night here. Hopefully this will lead to some points for the Marauders, as that is good enough for another first down. And Marauders now have first and goal. Ball on the 8-yard line. And Grant once again operating from the shotgun. Looking for Hutchin, and pass is complete, and that's a touchdown. McClay finally getting on the board.
Nice route by Hutchins. Marauders finally on the board.
And so, Coach, the passing game was well executed. Michael Grant really orchestrating that, hitting Grayson, Hutchin, Grayson, and then Hutchin again for the score. Extra point pending. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. And so McClay cuts into the Marianna lead, but still trails by 21. Bulldogs 28, Marauders 7. 2 minutes and 25 seconds left in the third quarter. And Coach, I think that was the execution that Coach Raymer was looking for in the first half.
Yeah, really need some of that early, but you got to take what you can get right now.
Coach, as McClay comes on the field, if they have there's still some football left to be played. We're at about 15 minutes left in the ball game, and we've seen stranger things before with the way this team
sound like a
offensively.
movie, boy. Stranger thing.
But
you need some kind of turnover to get the offense back on the field and have a chance to score. That last touchdown by Bulldogs really hurt.
So Marauders executing a flawless drive, able to come away with points this time as they now trail 7-28. And the Marauder defense will get a chance as a squib kick
went out of bounds.
And
beautiful kick.
Yeah, and the Marauders almost were able to come up with that one. And that would have been huge. Well, Marianna will retain possession and take over 1st and 10. And so we'll see if they'll have a re-kick. And I don't believe there'll be one. And Bulldogs. And Coach, so McClay's defense now is going to take center stage. They want to climb back in this game. They're going to have to come up with a pretty big stop here. So there's McCall once again following his lead blocker, and he's going to pick up about 4 on the carry. And this is where clock really becomes a factor. And that's going to bring up second down and about 6 for Marianna. And there's McCall again, this time looking for more yards, and he's going to pick up about 2. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 for the Bulldogs. And so this is a big 3rd down here for McClay.
Whatever they got.
And so the official has that one marked at 3rd and 5. And so this looks like Spencer.
Got to make a tackle.
Number
they had
4,
a chance.
and missed tackles are going to give the Bulldogs
in the backfield, Mark.
a 1st down. And McClay's defense definitely read it. And, Coach, that's just disappointing on your defensive side because they had him, but you can't arm tackle kids on Marianna's
kid that
offense.
big.
And so Spencer's going to pick up that 1st down for Marianna, and the clock continues to run. So this will be the last play of the 3rd quarter. It's going to be a pass, and it's going to be picked off. And that's Oberste.
Mark.
So Oberste getting it done on the offensive and defensive side is going to give McClay the ball back.
Broke, don't fix it. And they came right down and did something. They had thrown with 1 pass the whole game.
And so that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter on its way, and McClay comes up with a huge defensive turnover as Grayson Oberste picks it off. This is 4 Quarters Online, proud live streaming sponsor of McClay football here in 2021, and we'll be right back right after this. And so at the start of the 4th quarter, Grayson Oversee picking off the Marianna Bulldogs, who are looking to eat up some more of that clock. And that's going to give Grant and company some new life here. So a rare pass by Marianna results in an interception. And Michael Grant and company going to work. Grant flushed out of the pocket looking for Oversee on the side, and that's going to be complete. And Oversee is going to pick up about 7 yards on the catch. And McClay with new life. Looking for a big play.
Flag on the play. Offside. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And so defense for the Bulldogs not lined up or lined up in the neutral zone, and that's going to add 5 and give the Marauders a first down. And Coach, the clock is definitely going to be a factor here if McClay wants to mount a comeback. Twin receivers to either side. Ball ends up on the ground. And a lot of bumping and running going down the field. Had to wonder if Oversee was looking for that pass interference, and it was not called. And so 2nd and 10. Ball resting on their own 39-yard line. McClay looking for an opportunity here. And going deep. And just overshot his man. Grayson Oversee. Excuse me, not Grayson Oversee, but Michael Grant looking for Hutchin down the sidelines and just overshot him.
What they're trying to do, I think Coach wants to try to get a quick score if you can and give himself a chance to make a legitimate comeback.
And the safety has definitely been spying over the top of Hutchin. And they don't want to give up anything deep, but McClay still has a shot here, facing third.
They're really in a good defense to take the long shot. You got a one safety high.
Grant dropping back. Screen pass to Bashir is going to go for no gain. And Bulldog defense clamping down. You have to wonder what Raymer's decision is going to be with 10 minutes and 44 seconds.
Mark, I don't think he really has a choice if you want to try to make a comeback. He's going to punt the ball.
And so on to punt. It's Tucker Hicks. 4 Quarters Online Special Teams Player of the Week for week number 7. And back deep.
Man, look at that snap.
A high end over end punt is going to be marked down by the official at the 19-yard line, and that's where Marianna will take over. And that was an excellent snap.
What's that, Mark?
It was an excellent snap.
It was an excellent snap.
Excellent snap and an excellent punt. And special teams flipping the field, giving the Marauder defense some breathing room. Coach, we'll see if I don't expect for Marianna to throw the ball again. But we'll see if the Marauders can come up with another stop. So once again, out of that bunch formation, and that was number 12. Devin Coutinho on the carry. And he's going to pick up about 1.5 yards. And Marianna taking their time, coming up to the line of scrimmage. And there's the counter again. This time, Marauder defense not fooled. And that looks like another new running back in for the Bulldogs. That was J.C. Wester. And so a big third down coming up for the Marauders. 8 minutes and 38 seconds. As Marianna not in any kind of a hurry as they have a 28-7 lead over the Marauders. And so there's the counter play again. Coutinho met by a host of Marauders and driven back. And that's going to bring up 4th down. And McClay finally has a handle on that counter. And that was number 51. Brinkley Snow stepping up and making a huge play. And the punt on its way, and Bashir's is going to let that one go.
That go. Too dangerous.
Wisely letting that one go. And McClay will take over on their own 42-yard line with 7 minutes and 34 seconds left. And McClay with 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen, and Grant from the shotgun. Trying to make something happen here. Grant flush from the pocket is going to throw it away. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And we got a flag on the field. Holding is the call on the offense, and that'll back up the Marauders deeper into their own territory. Be replaying 1st down, and you got to wonder if fatigue is starting to become a factor, Coach. Especially at this point of the game, you see a lot of hands on hips and guys looking tired.
Yeah. Mark, when the team runs the ball as well as they have, and the team is going both ways, it's kind of tough. You're behind. You know, excitement. You're just trying to figure out what works.
And so once again from the shotgun will be Grant dropping back. And that pass is going to be picked off by number 4. And that turnover may doom McClay's chances at a comeback. And that was Isaiah Spencer, the safety, stepping up big for Marianna and putting the ball back in the hands of the Bulldogs with 7 minutes, 17 seconds here. That just was an ill-advised throw by Grant. And Marianna will take over. Ball on the 39-yard line of the Marauders. And there's McCall trying to eat up some more clock and getting up some more yards.
The Bulldogs are
pick up
going to
about
try to run
6.
this clock out. I doubt if you see another pass. And they're not going to do anything. And coach is going to, Donaldson is, he's just going to try to run this ball and make the clock, let the clock run and run. No taking no chances, which is not necessary.
Coach, just have to wonder if we had seen some more of that execution earlier in the game from the Marauders, this score might be a little bit different. Marianna looking to milk this clock away as that's going to be another running play. This time to number 5. We've got a flag on the play. And number 5 trots into the end zone. That was Tremaine Bell, but it looks like this one will be coming back. So, call against the Bulldogs. It's like holding. It's going to back them up. Negating the touchdown run by Bell. So they will replay second down, but Marianna firmly in control. And so it's time winding down here with 6 minutes and 18 seconds. Marianna just trying to take advantage. Ball on the 41-yard line. So Bulldogs coming out in that same bunch formation in the counter play. Once again, this is going to Bell, and this time he's going to be hit and drop, maybe about a half a yard gain. Checking in for Bell will be Spencer. And that's going to bring up third down. So with Marianna facing a third and long, third and about 11. 5 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the ball game. So quarterback dropping back, looking for a pass, and that's going to be in and out of the hands of number 14, intended receiver Ben.
I was wrong, Mark.
Faircloth.
They threw another pass.
So fourth down coming up, and it looks like the Bulldogs are going to go for it, trying to milk some more of this clock here. And timeout is going to be the call. And we're going to take one here too. FourQuartersOnline.com, proud live streaming partner of McClay football here all 2021. And we'll be right back right after this.
When I drop my children off every day, they're happy to come to school. They're welcomed into loving arms. I love that McClay preschool classrooms are small in size and that there's also 2 teachers in every classroom.
They get to do things like art and Spanish and go to science lab.
Learning is almost hidden and the children don't realize the education that they're getting each day. They're having fun through playing and hands-on experiences.
They enjoy coming to school every day, and as a parent, there's nothing more that you could ask for in a preschool for your children.
Coach, it looks like Marianna's going to punt that one away, and that's going to be fielded cleanly. And I think that was Bashir's back there. And he's going to get a pretty decent return before he's finally pushed out of bounds near the 27-yard line, and that's where McClay will take over 1st and 10. Looking at the Wakulla game? You got the scores? Coming out of the timeout is Grant, flushed out of the pocket, rolling, and he's got his man. And that's Oberste on a huge pickup. And that pass is going to be complete for 25 yards and a 1st down. That's going to put the ball out to the 46-yard line of the Marauders. 4:49 left to play. Grant from the shotgun, dropping back, looking for some room. And that pass is going to be complete again. Grinding for more yards. Grady Brown on the big reception. Marauders picking up another 1st down, this time ball deep in Marianna territory, resting on the 30-yard line of the Bulldogs. Grant dropping back, looking for a man deep downfield. That's Hutchin, just off the fingertips of Caleb Hutchin, and that would have been good for 6. And, Coach, those two have been trying to hook up all night and just haven't quite connected.
Mark, that could have been a big play. Not much time on the clock. You would have had you hopefully.
Coach, who's calling you?
That's my cousin.
We get phone calls here in the booth occasionally. So that's Grant dropping back, this time on the double fake, looking for Hutchin again, and this time just overthrown, and pass is going to fall incomplete, and Coach Raymer's still trying to find a quick strike. And that's going to bring up 3rd and long with 4 minutes left to play. Grant, once again from the shotgun, dropping back, looking for a man downfield. Pass is high and could not connect with Hutchin. And we are truly indeed in 4-down territory, and Marauders are definitely going to have to use their 4th down here to try and pick up 1st down. So facing 4th and 10 from the Marianna 30. And this could be a very decisive point in the ball game as Marauder offense is out of time. That's going to Grant rolling out. Finds his man.
Beautiful
Passes
pass.
complete to Oberste, who's just had a heck of a game. And he's going to be hit and dropped. And that's going to be good for a Marauder first down. 3:47 left to play, and McClay within striking distance. Grant once again rolling out. Pass is complete. And we'll see what the call is. It looks like Hutchin was trying to stretch. Marianna came up with the football, but officials trying to talk it over. Pass is complete, and McClay hangs on to possession, and that was pretty dangerous by Hutchin as he was stretching for more yards, but it's going to put the ball on the 15-yard line. And so timeout Marianna. And we'll take one too.
That was called incomplete.
Oh, it looks like that pass is called incomplete, but we're going to take a timeout here too. This is 4 Quarters Online, the proud live streaming partner of McClay football. 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Marauders 7, Marianna 28.
Two years ago, in this very site, we launched the I Think initiative. Two years later, we stand here in the new Beck Family Innovation Center coming out of the ground, going into the chemistry lab with the Beck Family Research Center behind us. This movement, this attitude of the I Think initiative has been amazing for our students because we're trying to honor our mission to make sure that we're helping our students reach their fullest extent by honoring.
And so McClay here with 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen trying to come up with some more points here. Grant throwing the real route. That pass is going to be knocked away by number 5 for Marianna. And that was Tremaine Bell covering Jeb Bashirs. And Marauders facing another 3rd down here. And so Michael Grant from the shotgun once again. This one's going to throw the fade route and going to be overthrown once again. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 10. And so Marianna trying to close this game out, and McClay still looking for some more opportunities here. Trailing by 3 scores. 3 minutes left to go in the ball game. So Grant rolling out. And that pass is going to be complete, and we'll see where they mark it. And so McClay will have 1st and goal. Ball on the Bulldog 3-yard line. And
He grabbed his jersey.
And so McClay just trying to take advantage here with 2 minutes and 44 seconds.
Why didn't you give him the ball?
And so a lot of bump and run there. Pass falls incomplete, and that's going to bring up third down.
Block it.
And so the running play trying to burst up the middle, and they're driven back by the Bulldog defense as they're closing the door. And that's going to bring up fourth down. And so with 2 minutes and 26 seconds, McClay trying to come up with some kind of points. Marianna defense holding strong, and we'll see what Coach Raymer dials up here. Because this has just been kind of frustrating for the Marauder offense. Just miscommunication between quarterback and receivers not on the same page have just kind of really caused a lot of good drives to stall out.
Mark, being an old coach, it's kind of tough. It's like everything you do is hard, everything they do is easy. And then sometimes it's just not your night.
So critical fourth down here, and pass was trying to set up the screen, and that pass is going to fall short, and Marianna defense comes up big, denying McClay. And Coach, that's just kind of been the tale of the game for tonight.
It's just not the Marauders' day. All you can do is go back to the drawing board and start it over next week. This is just not the Marauders' night. And let's give some credit to Marianna. They playing a very good game.
Yeah, heck of a game by the Bulldogs. The offensive line giving them credit for creating just the opportunities for their ground game. 10 different Marianna Bulldogs helping to move the football here tonight. And they were absolutely led by Jaden McCall and the Catino brothers, Taquan and Devin. And clock running as McClay tries to call some timeouts here to preserve anything, but game firmly in hand for Marianna, up by 3 scores here. With 2 minutes and 11 seconds left, and Coach, it really is unfortunate because Grant and Oberste that formula was working.
Mark, they're devastating between the 10s. Get inside the red zone, get inside the goal line, close to the goal line, hadn't been able to get anything easy. Everything they did was been hard.
And so as just get under 2 minutes. Marianna. Looks like they will walk away with this one. And off tackle is going to be number 8. And that's McCall, picking up about 20. And that will move the chains. And the clock getting down to about 1:30. And Coach, Marianna comes in with really just too much of a ground attack, and flag on the play. And play spoiler to McClay here on homecoming. And really for the Marauders, you know, there just were opportunities there in the passing attack. Just weren't able to run the ball tonight.
If you can't run the ball and you got to throw every down, man, it makes it real hard. The other team is very athletic and making it very difficult for the Marauders.
And so officials having a discussion with Coach Raymer. So holding will be assessed against the offense.
Take our 10 first down.
10 yards will be marked off, and the Bulldogs will replay first down. As Marianna is going to line up in victory formation, and timeout is called. Officials trying to discuss something here as we're just under a minute. And Coach, up next week for McClay is FAMU High. Marauders traveling down to the south side of Tallahassee on the campus of FAMU to take on the Baby Rattlers.
Man, that should be interesting. The Baby Rattlers going over a transition right now. I have to looking for a new head coach. Relieved Coach Jones a couple of weeks ago, and it should be an interesting matchup.
And really for McClay, they'll look to bounce back next week against a very embattled FAMU High team. And so officials trying to get things reset after the holding penalty. 1 minute, 24 seconds remain here. Coach, the last 6 minutes of the ball game have taken a half an hour. So Marianna looking to take a knee here and run out the remainder of the clock. And Coach Raymer calling timeout, wants to talk some things over with his guys, and we'll take one too. This is fourquartersonline.com, proud live streaming partner of McClay football all season long here in 2021. We'll be right back right after this.
2 years ago, in this very site, we launched the I Think initiative. Two years later, we stand here in the new Beck Family Innovation Center coming out of the ground, going into the chemistry lab with the Beck Family Research Center behind us. This movement, this attitude of the I Think initiative has been amazing for our students because we're trying to honor our mission to make sure that we're helping our students reach their fullest extent by honoring the interests that each one of them have.
There is no set curriculum, so the teachers can teach how they want to teach kids, and I think that's really helpful.
I mean, I've heard from other schools, from other students, it's a very different learning experience for them. They don't have.
And so Marianna trying to ice it here. And the clock will run. As we get down to under a minute. And Marianna has really put together a tremendous ground attack that was able to just kind of put McClay on their heels. Marauder defense was on the field for most of the third quarter. And that just kind of spelled disaster coming out of the second half for the Marauders. And for McClay, they'll look to bounce back next week, as we were discussing earlier, against FAMU High. As things are getting a little chippy here with 20 seconds remaining.
The game's still going on. Coach got to talk to.
And that looks like that will do it here from Frank Shaw Field, as the Marianna Bulldogs come away with this one victorious over the McClay Marauders, 28-7. And Coach, for McClay, had their homecoming spoiled by the visiting Bulldogs, and it was just really just a dominant night by Marianna, coming in, running the football efficiently. I counted 11 different Bulldogs that were able to carry the football tonight, and really just spelled disaster for McClay's defense, as they were not able to get off the field.
It's similar to last week's game with Weewild. It just was fortunate they played better. They had a better kicking game, a better offense, and took a lead. And it was very difficult. With a team like Marianna, you got to get ahead of them. You got to get a lead, and you can take them out of what they like to do.
So Marauders falling to 2-4 on the season, and we'll look to kind of regroup next week against FAMU High next week at Bragg Stadium. So leaving the friendly confines of Frank Shaw Field and heading over to the south side of Tallahassee on the beautiful campus of Florida A&M, where McClay will take on the Baby Rattlers next Friday night at Bragg Stadium. So that'll do it here for us at Frank Shaw Field, where McClay Marauders fall on homecoming night 7-28 to the visiting Marianna Bulldogs. For Four Quarters Online and my tag team partner, Coach Cofield, this is Mark Adams. I want to remind everybody about fourquartersonline.com. Follow us on social media on Facebook and Twitter to keep up with us for updates, the scores, and so much more as we cover football here in the Tallahassee Big Bend area. So once again, your final here from Frank Shaw Field, McClay 7, Marianna 28. We'll see everybody next week at Bragg Stadium.